Hey everybody, and thank you for tuning back into Altus Barbecue. Today we've got ourselves a corned brisket, and although I have done a video on a corned brisket before, I've refined my process a little bit to make it even better. So stay tuned. What we're going to do is we're going to smoke this brisket to make a pastrami, and we're going to make ourselves a beautiful Reuben sandwich. Firstly, we'd like to thank Tumby Wholesale Meats for sponsoring and providing the meat for this video. We have ourselves a lovely looking corned brisket flat here. The fat cap is great. I don't need to do any trimming on the bottom. I'm just going to tidy up very, very slightly so my rub can hit that meat. Meat prep done in a matter of seconds. That's the way I like it. So corned brisket. One of the things with corned brisket is that during the corning process, they can get quite salty. You can either just give this a wash and get straight into the cooking process, but if you're like me, I like to put this into some water for somewhere in the region of around 8 hours overnight, just so I can draw out some of that saltiness. For my rub today, I've put all of the ingredients in the description of this video, but you'll notice I'm not using any salt in the rub. And the reason for that is because throughout the corning process, I believe that meat is going to be salty enough already. We're into the next morning now, so time to get the meat out, pat it dry, and then we can start preparing this for the smoker. With that rub, just make sure you cover all sides. And that's all the prep work done for this corned brisket. Now that's prepped, get your smoker of choice up to about 225 degrees Fahrenheit or 107 degrees Celsius. The reason for that is we want to get some beautiful smokiness throughout this corned brisket. So when you're smoking a corned beef, corned brisket, you're not going to see your traditional smoke ring because the color of the meat is already pink because of the corning process. I'm just getting a little bit of smokiness in terms of flavor throughout the meat. Every hour, I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of water to keep it moist. So we're now just under 5 hours into the smoke. We're going to have a little look at the temperature now. So corning, otherwise known as pickling your meat, basically what you're doing is you're adding some salt in there. What we've done is we've tried to draw out some of that saltiness, put a nice rub on there without too much salt, so it should turn out absolutely perfect. Let's check out this temp. I'm looking for a temperature of about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I'm in my stall and I want to wrap. I'm a little bit below that at the moment at 157, but 45 minutes later, I've hit that temperature that I was looking for. So time to bring it in and wrap it up. I just have some beef stock here and I'm going to raise the brisket off the beef stock by using this crisper tray. Also, I'm going to get myself some beef tallow and throw that beef tallow on top of the brisket to try and get some beautiful beefy flavor throughout the corned brisket. Once you're all wrapped, put it back in the smoker, and I'm now at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Approximately 2 hours later, my corned brisket is probing soft. I'm hitting about that 203, 204 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what I'm looking for. So time to give this a rest. And I'm actually going to rest this today for about 4 hours. Whilst this is resting, I'm going to turn my attention to making my Russian sauce. Again, all of the ingredients are in the description of this video, but I got myself some kewpie mayonnaise, some ketchup, some mustard, some horseradish, some gherkin relish, some salt, some pepper, sriracha. Combine that all together and that sauce is amazing. Let's slice this corned brisket up because I am starving and I'm ready to eat my Reuben sandwich. I've poured some of that beef stock and beef tallow over this as well for additional flavour, but I've got a lovely colour there. It looks absolutely tremendous. On its own, that corned brisket is beautiful, but we've got ourselves now some rye bread, we've got our sauce, we've got some sauerkraut, and we've also got a slice of Swiss cheese. Yes, I probably could have cut this beef brisket up a little bit thinner, but let's get it on the barbecue, toast up that bread, and dig in to an awesome dinner. Pending how you like your bread, that might be a little bit burnt, but that's absolutely fine for me. And just look at that beautiful sandwich and meat. Okay, so the corned brisket looks absolutely beautiful. The Reuben sandwich looks delightful. Let's dig in and give it the all-important taste test. I tell you what, that is bloody beautiful. The salt that's come out of that brisket is perfect because you've got salt in the meat, you've got salt also in the sauerkraut. The cheese just blends it down a little bit as well. That's absolutely perfect. That's absolutely delicious. I'm gonna dig in, enjoy my sandwich. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you again in the next one. Catch you soon. The balance of the salt in this corned brisket was absolutely perfect. I feel it was a much better cooked than the last video that I put together, simply because it was less salty, the flavor was tremendous, the meat on its own was absolutely beautiful, but in the sandwich, it was super tasty. Thanks again, Tumbie Meats, for sponsoring this video. We'll see you guys again in the next one.